Alrighty, brothers and sisters, we got some breaking news, which is Base Chain is looking for a network token, something like what BNB is for Binance Chain, which went from $0.1 to $600 last cycle. And this could be very big for a few altcoins on the Base Chain as they are pumping today, like Aerodrome, like Zora, and like Base is for everyone as well, pumping off this news today. So we're going to be talking about these altcoins that could be the next BNB, as well as what's going on in the market here as we are heading towards the rate cuts coming this Wednesday, which is very big as well for altcoins as a whole in general. So with no further ado, let's get into today's video. And as usual, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. The show is not financial advice. This show is for entertainment, some education, and hopefully finding God. So as I just said now, this morning we had some breaking news, which Base is looking for a network token like Aerodrome, which pumped off this news. Since this is a large market cap coin, it did not pump like a crazy pump, but almost around a 15%, which is not bad for a over $1 billion market cap coin. But overall, it just solidifies how strong this coin is and continues to be, as we've seen it bounce from this dip with the news that Coinbase Exchange is launching their own DEX. So every coin on the Base chain becomes instantly listed on Coinbase Exchange as a DEX on the DEX section, and this would be permitted by Aerodrome token, or which is a DEX. Basically, every coin that has liquidity on Aerodrome is basically instantly offered on Coinbase itself, which adds on to the bullishness of Aerodrome as a coin in general. So this is a high market cap coin. It's 2.2 billion FDV, which is pretty high. So if we look at, for example, BNB now is at 127 billion, which is pretty high, but Binance is a pretty big exchange, as well as BNB is mostly like what you would call a supply controlled coin, which not so much entities are there to sell the token and dump the token price. So that's why it has this strong pump. And Aerodrome, on the other hand, now is at 2.2 billion FDV. So that's about 50x if it does what BNB did. I don't personally think that Aerodrome could go that high, since we have a lot more tokens in this cycle, and this narrative is not as it was back in 2021. But regardless, this is still very bullish for Aerodrome, and we could see it really rally hard this cycle based on this narrative alone. Now, the second coin that started pumping off this news today, so this news was pretty new, so it's just 2 hours ago from the time I'm recording this video, and it was pretty shocking, because basically the Base chain has said there will never be a token linked or tied to the Base chain, like BNB is for the Binance chain, or Ethereum is for the E chain, or Sol is for Solana chain. There will never be one. Basically, that's what they said, but now they changed their mind, and I do believe the reason they did that is because they've seen that there is not much adoption going on, and they want to create some sort of speculation going on onto the Base chain. So they did not really specify the token, hence why we've seen Zora pump today of this news. We've seen Aerodrome pump, and especially a low cap meme coin or coin. Basically, it's the mascot basically now of the Zora chain, or the Zora. It's more like a social media pump fund slash type where you can launch coins on the Base chain, and it's one of the first coins launched there, and it pumped as well today with 700k in volume. This is pretty big, and trending number 7. I shared with you this coin a few times on my channel as well on Discord. We got into it around these lows, so we're back at break even. I'm still holding. I DCA'd a little bit more here, not much. It does look very bullish for basis for everyone here, as well as for Zora, which now is at support. I do believe this coin could be pretty big as well. The thing is, with Zora is it's at 740 million FDV. So keep in mind that the market cap and the FDV is the real thing you want to be looking at when you're seeing these utility coins, because that shows you how much tokens in general. This is counting tokens that are in the team's hand, that are not in circulation and all that. So the real figure here is 740 million. So it's still pretty decent play here, even though it's a high cap, but it's still a pretty decent play, I do believe, and it's kind of keeps bouncing off the support around 200 million, let's say, or now probably it could hold around 220 million pretty much. So this could be a decent area as well. Not financial advice, but I could be looking into dips on Zora here. And overall, this could be very very big for the base chain coins. As we're seeing here today, base chain coins are seeing some decent pumps, and that is due to this new speculation that base chain is going to launch its own token. So we've seen a lot in the past, a lot of coins like based bread as well, claiming that they could be the coin, since there is no coin on the base chain, that they could be the coin that represents the base chain. But I do believe now, since Coinbase themselves or the base chain themselves are saying that they will pick a coin, and bread on base did not pump off this news. So pretty much the coins that pumped off this news are the ones that have decent chances of benefiting from this new narrative that we're seeing here. Aerodrome is the higher, safest play, let's say, on this narrative. You got Zora next, and you got a few other coins like Basis for Everyone as well pumped on this news. Now these are only coins that are off this news, so I'm still overall bullish on other coins that I shared on the base chain like Fungi, as well as on Ethereum like Bread or Dorky or other coins that I've talked about. This is just mainly about coins of this news, right? So seeing this news, which coins could likely get some traction off this news, and it appears to be that Zora, Basis for Everyone, maybe potentially others that are trending today. If we look at trending, we got few trending. We got DGen as well pumping today off this news, but this coin is from 2023. It's pretty floored, but it's, as we can see, it has not been really doing a lot recently. Even Virtuals, which is one of the largest coins as well, $1 billion in FDV, did not pump today on this news because this is more like AI agent stuff. Did not pump or benefit from this news. So it's very clear to me that the market thinks Zora or Iro or Basis for Everyone or others that are pumping today, but those are the ones I noticed that are pumping. You can let me know in the comment sections which one you noticed that are pumping off this news. But this news in overall is pretty bullish, as I said. Now you can join my Discord as well. Follow me on Twitter, since I updated this on Twitter. Link in the description. I updated this on Twitter as it happened, and I believe I was one of the first to see this happen. So now to the market and what's going on in the market, since we have the FOMC and the rate cuts. So this is the biggest news here. So this is the biggest thing here, and we got a 96% chance still. So now the market is selling off going into it, right? And the reason is simple, is because we've been pumping recently going into it. It's a simple, very normal thing to see in the space, where we see this: buy the rumors, sell the news. So as we're approaching the day of the FOMC, which is on the 17th of September, we're seeing this type of retracements happen, because the market is kind of de-risking going into it, because we never know what Jerome Powell could say and could pretty much disappoint people. Even though they cut, he could pretty much say something that the market does not like. So the market is de-risking going into it. But as for Ethereum, we got this support here now that is holding, which you can clearly see this was a support resistance back in the days here, or just recently, when it got rejected from it, and now it's bouncing off it and continues to hold it now. And we got Bitcoin as well coming back down. So these are all because of the FOMC and the rate cuts coming ahead, and the market is de-risking, as we just seen a massive bounce of Bitcoin from the lows from 107 to 116, which was a pretty large increase. I do believe Bitcoin now could hold 112,000. This could be the major support for Bitcoin here. I don't think we're seeing Bitcoin lose this, but still 107 is one big major support for Bitcoin. We got the stock market pumping today. So the stock market is still looking very good, and it is only crypto that is dropping today. Going into this, I do believe Bitcoin will just shake off this Monday uncertainty by tomorrow or something like Wednesday, or after Wednesday, just basically waiting for what happens on that day of the news, and then we continue our trend higher, since the SPX or the stock market continues to rally higher. As for Ethereum, so I'm seeing a lot of people bearish as well. I'm mostly on Twitter for some reason, a lot of geeks on Twitter that can't handle, or that can't stick to one opinion. They have to change their opinion every day. So we're dealing with this type of people now, since Ethereum is below its all-time high, and we got coins like BNB now putting a new all-time high, which is massive. It's $900, almost $1,000 for BNB, which continues to be a strong coin. We got XRP already above its all-time high, Bitcoin above its all-time high, but Ethereum is just right below its all-time high. But for some reason, people get bearish now, because for whatever reason. But it is simply crazy to think that Ethereum has stopped, or the alt season will not happen. So mind you that Ethereum is our signal of alt season, as whenever it breaks its all-time high, this is when the crazy alt season starts to happen, like we seen in 2020 when it broke its all-time high, early 2021, and it started going crazy. So now we're just here, we're just getting there, and it usually starts to have some turbulations around its all-time high before it really going crazy. So also it retested its all-time high after breaking out back in 2021, so something like that also could be expected again, and well, people will call it topped and then retest all-time high before sending higher. So overall, from this side of things, alt season is still on the line here. It's still with us. Market is still on neutral, so market still is bearish overall. We don't see a lot of retail back. We have a lot of inflows still coming in. We have ETFs as well, pretty strong. So yesterday or Friday, the 12th of September, we got 400 million of inflows on Ethereum, but overall we were a bit in and out. So we've seen outflows last week, then now inflows. But I do believe, since we're seeing the stock market rallying, so the institutions and TradFi are very bullish, I do believe they're gonna start buying back their ETFs as well. So this is why now we're seeing a big divide between crypto Twitter and people that been on crypto for a long time, and institutions. Institutions don't look at the same things as most of the people where they get bearish with red candles. Institutions buy for different reasons. So if the stock market is going up, pretty much the ETFs would have big inflows as well coming in. So that would push the price higher for Ethereum and Bitcoin, which means also alt season, big alt season. So to me, this Wednesday is going to be some volatile day, but if we do in fact get the cuts, this will be very bullish overall this year. We're still going into this massive alt season. And as for today's video and coins, now, as I said, if you are interested into Aerodrome, which to me is it's a pretty high market cap, I wouldn't really be looking into it that much since it's already high here. But I did grab some back in the days around these areas here, and not enough for my taste to really be thinking I do have some of it. But the thing is, for me, Zora is much more interesting, as it appears to be much stronger in terms of it just started its uptrend. It's still a lower cap compared to Aero, and it's more like Pump, since Pump token as well is a very strong coin now. If we look at Pump token, which is the Pump Fund token, crazy coin, like going parabolic. It is about a 2 or 3x now. Yes, it's about 3x of the lows. Not much by some people's book, but the thing is, this narrative now where we have these pump launch pads and all that, which Zora is one of them, we could see some bullish momentum going into Zora as well. Maybe send it towards 500 million or 600 million dollar market cap, which would send the FDV at around 1 billion. So it's still not much, because still it's a mid cap. But if I am a betting man and I'm looking into the future of this type of platforms, which one is more appealing in terms of market cap and how low they are, Zora seems to be the one. So if we do get any dips, you can join my Discord link in the description. I would be looking into dips on Zora. We don't know how low this can go or which floor it could hold, but it's pretty much around 200 million could be a decent floor, and DCA lower towards 134, 35, somewhere here. If we do get this, would be very good. So that's about it, guys. Here we got this massive news. We don't know which coin base chain is gonna pick, but since we don't know, the market will love this, because there will be a lot of speculation. A lot of people are gonna start to guess which coin is gonna get this type of traction on the base chain, and this would mean a lot of people are going to be trading on the base chain, more volume, more coins pumping on the base chain. So this is pretty big, in my opinion, for the base chain as a whole. This could bring in a whole thing, because back in the days with BNB, for example, when BNB started rallying, we had a BNB season with BNB meme coins. If you were here, you remember probably this was the Solana time that we have now. So BNB was Solana back in 2021, where everybody was trading low cap memes on BNB, and base chain is pretty much trying to do the exact same thing, because they feel like they're left behind, and probably they are, because not so much volume is happening on the base chain, not so much traction. Solana is still very strong, and especially Ethereum as well, very strong blockchain for low cap memes as second to Solana. So probably base chain could become the third and see some major inflows as well. So I'm keeping an eye on this. I will keep you updated on whatever happening here. You can follow me as well on Twitter. Link in the description. You can join my Discord. It's free to join. Link in the description. Thank you so much for watching today's video till the end. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers.